Welcome back to Full Throttle 90.5 The Beat. I have a very special guest on the phone with me today. She is the very talented, the very cool, and the very pretty Melissa Paris from AMA. Melissa, how you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Awesome. How's your week been so far?
It's been pretty crazy. My husband was racing last weekend, so hanging out with him and just trying to get as much training in as I can before my next race.
Awesome. Now, I watched the Daytona 200 last week on Speed, and that was some awesome racing. It was actually the first Daytona 200 I've ever seen. What in the world was it like racing in the Daytona 200?
It's pretty exciting. I mean, it's such a big race here in the U.S., so to have that be my first professional race was pretty exciting, and doing it under the lights for the first time was pretty neat, too, and I just look forward to doing it again and seeing if I can't improve on my finish.
Right. Actually, I think you did a pretty good job. You finished, what, 21st?
21st.
21st. That's pretty good. That's better than what I would ever do if I could get I'd never get around the first turn, probably. Now, I'll be honest. I just started watching AMA, and I don't know that much about it, so correct me on anything that I get that is wrong that I say, but I saw on your website that you won at Daytona, actually, last October, where you lost a contact lens?
Yeah, that was racing on my 250 for the lightweight GP championship. Yeah, I lost a contact lens somewhere in the middle of the race, so it made it a little interesting.
Was racing something you always saw yourself doing, or did you just kind of happen to get into it?
I honestly never would have guessed that this is where I would be. As soon as I learned how to ride, I knew I wanted to do it, but, I mean, like, if you told me when I was a kid, like, oh, one day you're going to race motorcycles, I would have thought you were crazy.
Right. Was there anything that you wanted to do as a kid other than race?
Actually, when I was little, I played a lot of baseball, so I was hoping to play baseball when I got older, but I guess I sort of got bored of it.
I love baseball. It's a good game. Of course, I'm on the phone with Melissa Paris from AMA. Tell me about the Dr. Susan Love Research Foundation.
Super cool charity to be involved with. They do a ton of research to try and, find out some of the causes and potential cures for breast cancer, and they're really proactive with their research. So it's super exciting that I'm able to raise money for it, and I just think it's a really good cause to be involved with.
How can people make a donation?
If you go to my website, www.melissaparis.com, there's a link on there, and you can read all about the Research Foundation, and there's a button you can make a donation. I think we're up to $5,000 right now, so that's pretty exciting.
That is pretty cool. $5,000. Very good. I hope it continues to grow for you.
Me too. Thank you.
Yes. Now, this is primarily a NASCAR show, so I would love to ask, you've been 200 miles around Daytona. Would you ever consider strapping into a stock car and going 500 miles around Daytona?
I'm not really sure about that. I can't imagine, just going around in circles the whole time, but it might be interesting. I honestly never really cared much for NASCAR until the first time I rode a motorcycle on the banking.
Right.
That's when I realized, those guys must really actually have to work pretty hard at it. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting.
Do you ever get freaked out doing that? Because that would freak me out.
Nah.
Yeah,
over real quick.
I would be so scared. I saw when y'all went into the corners, your kneecaps almost touched the ground, and I just blew my mind. I would never do that.
That's half the fun of it.
I know, that does look like a lot of fun, but it would take a lot to get me on that thing. When is your next race?
I'll be racing the weekend after this one coming up in Jennings, Florida.
Florida. Awesome. So, Melissa Paris, thank you very much for talking with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem.